Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting window shopping.
Oh, wait. Stop, Pearly. Play.
Hey, it's window shopping, okay? Just go.
Try again.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to window shopping. My name is John Pearly Huffman. I'm a senior editor.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Quiroga.
No. God damn it.
Welcome to window shopping. Here's your host, Tony Quiroga.
Thanks, and welcome to Window Shopping with Car and Driver. This is the weekly, sometimes bi-weekly show where Car and Driver staff, editors, and friends gather to look at cars online based on a challenge. This week's challenge comes from one of our viewers who wanted to see a car that is appropriate for somebody older and a car that you might want to inherit. So basically, the idea is cars for older folks or that are appropriate for older folks that we'd also want to own. So this week we're joined by Deputy Testing Director, Mr. Casey Colwell, contributor, Mr. Jonathan Ramsey, Road and Track Superstar Editor, Mr. John Pearly Huffman, and
you're actually obligated to say that.
Deputy Editor of Video Content, Mr. Carlos Lago, who's new to Driver, who now works here, which is great. Great to have you, Carlos.
But I feel I just want to say, I feel like we need to, because this really all depends on what kind of old folks we know.
I feel like ones that are near death, apparently.
No, this was something because like nobody old that I would inherit anything from had particularly decent taste in cars. So this was like, I was like, give me a 94 Pontiac Grand Prix. Let's see how this goes. But then Tony like kind of re-explained it to me. And,
yeah, it's not what actually happened to you.
It's not what actually happens, but it's something that an old, like someone of an older generation would collect and then maybe pass on.
Okay.
I
have a family full of old, not legal pimps, but old playboys who don't drive cars that you would expect of old people. So
Jonathan, what's a legal pimp?
Well, I mean, like, the cops haven't labeled him a pimp yet.
Oh, so, I see.
That is
yet. I haven't seen Evil Dead 2 yet.
He's not dead.
All right, Pearly.
My mom wanted me to be a ballet dancer. That's the kind of family I grew up in.
Okay, Pearly. Why don't you kick it off with
okay.
Save your stories for your time.
First of all, this is such a death-obsessed thing because we're all doing is waiting around for these people to die so we can get their cars.
Well, that's what it's just a circle of life. Go on. Come on. Sure.
Okay, so
Hakuna Matata, man.
So anyhow, I lost myself. Hold on. Okay.
We practiced.
Okay, here we go.
We had the practicing recorded too that we could splice in right here.
This is a Mercedes-Benz 450 SEL 6.9 sedan from 1977-79. Maybe made them in the 80. This is one of my favorite cars of all time. They were fast. They had the oversized engine. It was a dry sump 6.9 liter engine, and with a hydro-pneumatic suspension.
So when you say fast, define that. Define fast.
It's like 7 seconds 0 to 60, which back then was really quick.
Yeah.
Isn't this the car that Yates took to Road Atlanta?
I think so. Yeah.
This is a story. The story I was going to show you is the one that. This is David Davis wrote this story
about the wheel.
Story.
No, it's just
photos.
You are nailing it.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
Look, we're all going to be a bit rusty today. Some of us.
Yes. Please bear with us. Please bear with us, viewers.
This was one of the Ronin chase cars too, right?
It is. It's one of the cars that was here it is.
There we go.
It's David E's.
Pearly, what's the engine code?
I don't know, 6.9 something. I don't know.
Is it M117? Is that what it is? I can't remember.
I think it's an M69420.
No, it's not.
Oh my god!
Nice.
I was like, for a split second, I was like, oh yeah, Slim Jim. Cool.
All I know is that this engine was used in exactly one car. This car was never used in anything else. 6.9. and it's a bitchy car. It's incredibly expensive to fix. The one that I originally found was $70,000, and it was nearly perfect. This one is 22,005, so it's in considerably worse condition.
Oh, it's the M100. It's the M100.
Yeah, and
So why didn't you pick the 70 grand one if it was mint?
well, I did. I don't know if you noticed, but we've been putting this off for like months at a time. Back when
Did it
I
sell?
first picked it, it was for sale. Now it got sold, so it's no longer on eBay.
Oh, since when do you follow the rules?
Oh,
Oh, it wasn't even available.
what do I follow? Here I am following the rules, and you give me crap for not following the rules.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
don't
okay.
pretend like you always follow the rules. Is all I'm saying.
Well, you don't. Okay, now you don't think this is a badass car?
It's beautiful. What's that color called? Did you look that up?
Turd brown. It's Milan brown. Milan brown.
By the way, yes, this is
Like
the
the
car
Disney
that
princess?
I want to tell.
Go on.
Or
This is the car.
Oh.
This is the car that Yates. I believe it might have been like some advertorial on the car that he did, but he basically took it, drove it from New York to Road Atlanta, and just lapped the thing just to see if it would hold up. Dude, we lost Carlos. He got bored with my story. Anyway,
Don't worry.
but Brock Yates kind of did this whole kind of endurance durability story with this car.
Early, this one's Euro. It's Euro spec.
Well, this
We can't smog it.
This one's undocumented. This one's got this one's iffy. The thing I found interesting is that these cars are notoriously difficult to fix, notoriously difficult to work on. And when David E had this car, and by the way, he is the prototypical car and driver old guy, so he's a perfect person for this. He wrote, it was a $40,000 car, which back then was just ungodly amount of money.
Insanely expensive, yeah.
And while he had it, it broke down twice. So,
how long
having
did
said
he have
that,
it?
for a week or whatever. I mean, it's whatever he did it
He,
for. But
no, back then he probably had it for like 12 weeks.
yeah, well, that's true too. I mean, and he probably got a free got like a free barbecue with it. This one he had to take it to Nashville and to the dealer in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. So obviously he had it for a while because he was in both Nashville and Williamsport, Pennsylvania with it. But it's and the photos here are of the California Highway Patrolman giving him a ticket. So I'm assuming he put a lot of miles on the damn.
Oh yeah, this was in the heart of 55. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a car I've always lusted after. I would get a better example than the one that I could find right now, but it's interesting. It's cool. It's incredibly expensive to fix.
So knowing how hard it is to fix and how expensive it is, why would you want it?
Well,
Now, why
these are
would you
cool
want to
cars.
inherit it? Why would you want to inherit it?
Mr. Tundra, why would you want this?
Well, the thing is that since this is an older relative who's near death, I'd be pushing him to fix the thing before he's passed it on to me. So I'd be telling you, like, now's the time to correct the paint. Now's the time to make sure that you get the water pump, which is a $550 part, fixed. I'd make sure that everything got changed just before the guy cacked off and died. And so that's my plan. Is if I'm going to exploit, if I'm going to exploit my dear relative, I'm going to exploit the hell out of him.
Why are you who said anything about exploiting anybody? This is just inheriting, following the
I
passing
think we're
of
going
your
to
loved one.
really driving around with a
I've realized window shopping is a Rorschach test,
Well, of course it is. Everything's
You know, the only way to fail a Rorschach test is if you describe the things that you see as talking to each other. That's an automatic fail.
It is.
Yeah, for real.
I didn't know you could fail a Rorschach test.
Well, you can
You
worry.
can fail anything in psychology.
But- oh my God. Wow. Okay.
Early, what are those wheels called? The 14-inch wheels that are on it. Do you know what their nickname
I
is?
think they're called the 14-inch wheel.
They're the bunts.
Here we go.
They're the bunts.
Yeah.
They look like
Is it
bunt
like-
cake molds.
Oh God, really?
Yeah,
You
really.
didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that, but now I do.
And there's
Sorry.
a lot of
We knew
cloth in
people
here.
who didn't know that Ty Cobb was in the first, that thought Babe Ruth is in the first class of the Baseball Hall of Fame.
He wasn't.
It's a non sequitur.
Oh, total non sequitur. Don't worry about it.
Early, that looks filthy. Anyway,
It is filthy.
unshare.
This is not the world's best example. I would go for a better example, or else I would.
That's it. Wait, go back. Let me see that brake fluid.
Yeah, I don't even.
This is also one of the first cars that had ABS.
But not this particular one.
The SEL had the 450 SELs all had ABS.
Not all of them, no sir.
They eventually did.
That's correct. The
They
116.
eventually did.
All right, that's enough.
No,
Jonathan.
that's
you're
it.
up
You're just
next.
gonna go away from me. You're not gonna let me see if I can find out.
I mean, go back and we can look at the brake booster and figure it out pretty easily.
No, just it's Jonathan's turn.
Yeah,
I'm done with that thing.
it is cool though, Pearly.
Oh,
It is cool. I like
It
it.
is
I wanna
cool.
make-
It's great. It's
I like
great.
it. I would love one of those. Not lying.
You're great.
I would love
You
one.
like-
Wait till we see whatever Buick Tony Carragher picked.
You
I
might
almost
get a
picked that
pity
car,
vote.
Pearly.
Okay.
I almost picked that car. So
All right, it's Jonathan's turn. It's Jonathan's turn.
All right, and Pearly, you're sure you're finished? Because I don't want to.
No, I'm not finished.
I wanna
But I'm
step on
busy.
you.
I don't want to talk over you.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to stick with the Germanic tribe, but I actually didn't want the 928 in my background until 2 minutes before the show. I chose this.
I love the
Because-
audibles.
I wanted
Oh,
something.
jeez. Oh boy, that's a great car.
I
That's a
wanted
good
beautiful.
choice.
How much is this thing?
something that I knew they could enjoy and that I would enjoy, but I wouldn't necessarily want to drive a lot, but I could justify having because like, hey, my grandparents gave it to me, or some old guy I know but did not kill gave it to me. And I think these cars are gorgeous, and they will always be pretty. And this one, they have gone up crazy in price, but this one was is pretty reasonable. 2.5 liter, like 141 horsepower, or something, 160 some pound-feet of torque.
Is it a manual or an
that-
automatic?
It's a manual,
Nice.
which is also what I wanted.
Oh, look,
And-
it's a collector. It's a collector of some sort.
It comes with the roof.
Some sort, yeah.
Did you say does it come with a roof? Is that what you
Hard
said?
top. Does it
Shirley?
come with a hard? Does it come with the pagoda roof? Comes with the hard top.
Oh yeah, any photos of the pagoda?
It was
Yeah, I don't
parked in the
think,
garage next to that Bentley. It had the hard top on it. So
There's the straight six.
Yeah.
Was that a Brooklands that it was next to?
yeah, it looked like
Oh
it.
man, no, I
It's
think
next to a
that's
Continental.
it's
No,
turbo.
it's next to a Continental.
yeah.
That's got the hard top on it.
No. Isn't that a Brooklands?
No, that's
No,
No, that's
Brooklands
not a
was much
Brooklands.
later.
Is that
Okay.
a Morgan on the
No,
other side?
wasn't there a
What's
Brooklands
confusing?
of that era too?
Yeah, but it was the
No.
sedan. I think they called the Brooklands.
Okay.
That's like a
Oh.
hot rod. That green thing's some sort of
I
hot
thought
rod.
you meant the later Brooklands.
That's what I thought. He thought too, but he thought earlier Brooklands, which was a trim level on the
Right.
Bentley sedan.
How much they want for this one, Jonathan?
Oh, so yeah, there's the roof.
Oh yeah,
I'm not seeing anything.
it's
Oh,
got
the
the
roof.
little pagoda bend to it.
Oh.
No, it's beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
How much?
73.
Yeah,
73. That's a deal on that car.
this is the W113. Where is it?
It's LA.
It
Oh, nice.
is
It's in LA.
Glendale.
I'll go get
Yeah.
it for you, Jonathan. Well, actually, then I would have to die and leave it to you in my will.
No, but we don't say when you have to die. So as long as it's before me, that's all that matters.
I'll keep eating at
Uh,
Arby's, and I won't.
so
live
yeah,
much
this-
longer.
You eat at Arby's?
No.
Oh.
You'll see me in my Pontiac Lumia or whatever thing I had.
This says has a 2.8 liter engine, but I'm sure they mean it has the 2.5.
Source
Oh
from a
wait, but
280
maybe it's a
SL.
280.
No, it says no. It's a 2.8 from a 280 SL.
Oh, got it. With a manual. That's cool.
That's probably why it's affordable because it doesn't have the matching engine to the original car.
Yeah.
Really, do you know what these wheels are called?
I don't care. If I give a shit, I know, but I don't obviously care.
Hey, easy with the swearing.
Language.
Oh. Oh.
I like it, Jonathan.
Uh,
Wait, what are the wheels called?
I don't know.
Oh.
Nothing. There's wheel covers. It's got
Well,
steel
no,
I
wheels.
think they're called they're the M. Well,
No, they aren't.
and you're sure they're
M8008S?
not, these aren't the 69 420s?
No, it's the M8008S.
All right. You're done.
Okay.
Next person.
Oh, now
We're just moving things
it's
along
the Gong
today.
Show,
Yeah,
this episode.
All right, Carlos, you're
That's
up.
my time.
All Right, let me share. I chose something considerably more practical and far less interesting, and that is Lexus
Oh.
LX570. Well, here's the thing. I just want a Land
Stop it.
Cruiser, and I figured based on the premise,
Oh my
there's
God.
an easy way for grandparents to wind up in a Land Cruiser is to buy a Lexus LX570. Same vehicle, right? So I love this thing because of off-road capability, of course, but also I was looking around into some of what people do with these vehicles once they get their hands on them, once they want to take them, overlanding and stuff. And you can end up with something wild like this, right? So the biggest challenge with the 570 is that front end. The factory nose on this thing
Yeah, it's rough.
ruins your approach angle. Not only is it ugly, like it also ruins your approach angle. I mean, the approach angle versus a Land Cruiser where's the difference? It's like 25 degrees versus 32 degrees in like the normal ride height. So you lose a lot of capability, but then, you put on something like this, right? Or whatever this concept is, that's like a integrated bumper. And suddenly, the capability is right back there. And I really like the idea of having a Lexus that's like been ruggedized.
You
sort
should
of that
do what
contrast between
Pearly.
the two.
You should do what Pearly suggested and convince the older folks that to do the changes before you inherit it.
Yeah,
That's right.
trust me, you guys want the 35s.
Yeah.
You're
I
gonna
feel like,
love.
this would be a lot of coaching with this
You're gonna-
purchase. A lot of coaching.
Well, this is something that you could conceivably wind up with, and your grandparents may have wondered why this thing rode so poorly relative to like an equivalent Mercedes or BMW, and it's like, oh, it's it's an actual body on frame SUV. It actually has a low range, right?
These are so quiet and so lovely to drive, though. They're so refined. I mean, the ride isn't as good as like a modern
And you would really,
SUV, but sorry, Jonathan. Jonathan?
The only thing
I was just gonna say, like you really want this though to take off road as well, Carlos?
Well, here's the thing: if this is the free way to get into a Land Cruiser, yeah, it sure beats spending 75
Why not
grand
get
on
a
one.
Land Cruiser?
Well, because I think your grandparents wouldn't have a Land Cruiser, right? That's the premise. Is this?
Yeah,
your
they'd have
grandparents would
they'd have
end
the
up in a
Lexus.
Lexus. Yeah, exactly.
In other words, you need to
Mhm.
perpetuate a little bit of fraud to start it off with. It's just a Lexus. You'll love it. It's nothing. It's perfect for it. You could get an ES, but why not get an LX?
Oh, so are you thinking that like you've conspired for your grandparents you've sold them the idea of the car first, or do you think they already have this?
No,
Either way,
yeah,
it's up to you.
Yeah. I think this is exactly what plenty of people have done, is convince their grandparents to buy something exactly like this on the assumption that they won't know anything. It's like
What percentage of the tech do you think that the grandparents would be able to use in this thing?
0. So not only is the tech advanced relative to a grandparent's comprehension, but it's also not great because you've got that joystick interior system, like it's that touchscreen
old,
stuff
yeah.
that's like not even great relative to today. But hey, when you get this thing, rip it all out, put it in an aftermarket setup, and then wind up with something cool like rad like this, right?
the only thing,
Let's watch your video.
now, Carlos, would you rather have this or a GX, like a GX470 or GX460, which
Well,
is actually a better size?
I thought the price cap was 75, so I figured I'd go for the more expensive one, but I'd be happy with the GX too.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
as much as I like this, I actually think the GX is better for off-roading.
Yeah, but this would be cooler to own, I think. I love the full Land Cruiser LXs. They're so nice.
Yeah, and also, for what next year, the 2022 LX is the only way we're getting the Land Cruiser anyway. So that's it.
This would be the last of the V8 ones too. If you got
Yeah.
Here's the thing is that I'm getting the feeling that it's not going to be the last Land Cruisers we're going to get, because the frame on the Tundra is identical to the frame underneath the Land Cruiser. And when they replace the Sequoia, I think there's a good chance they're going to rebrand it as a Land Cruiser.
Yeah, but it won't be a real Land Cruiser like this Land Cruiser is a real Land Cruiser then.
I don't know. I think it's going to be made in Texas. So,
And
No
Carlos,
way.
I just want to
No
make
way.
sure you know about window shop. We take going over budget very seriously. So
How much is he
I
over
noticed that you're-
budget? How much
Wait,
is he
wait,
over
I thought budget
you're
was 85.
$441 over budget.
That's
So
what I have to
I
pay
thought,
the
I
difference.
thought
I
it
just
was,
wanna bring
I thought
that
it
up.
was 85. So oops.
it's just being negotiated.
Look, I mean, we'll let it go this time. We won't hold it against you. But just for next time, you need to be on the team. That's
I
all
am
I'm saying.
mortified. I'm personally embarrassed, and for that reason, I'm going to stop sharing now.
Carlos, all you have to say is it's within negotiating range, and
It's
all
within
is absolved.
Plays everything. So within the negotiating range.
All right. Speaking of negotiating range, let's see what KC has brought.
Why is that? Why am I negotiating range?
That's
You're always
your
within
mind.
negotiating range. You've
No,
had-
it is my mind. I
I
know.
wonder.
You're
All right,
KC negotiating range Colwell.
Oh yeah, it is. I forgot. I changed that during our hiatus.
So it's KCNR Colwell. It's really what it is.
All right. So yeah. There's not a lot of cars from this era that I like, but I would
It
love.
doesn't have to be from this era. It can be from
But like, when I think about what old people like, it's like this and like big Cadillacs. Like, I mean, like Don Sherman has that beautiful Cadillac.
Come on, you've been to Pebble Beach, Casey. You've been to Pebble Beach.
I have.
They like 250 GTOs. They like Lamborghinis.
Yeah. Nobody. Yeah. There's not that many people that have those. Though.
You only need one old person.
Yeah,
You
but
Fair
only
enough.
need one old person.
Yeah, but Jonathan, can we also admit that he's not going to find a $75,000 GTO?
Thank you, Pearly.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is of that era. You know, a Continental convertible, a suicide door Continental convertible, for just straight cruising. I would actually prefer a sedan, but convertible's okay.
It's a beautiful car.
Yeah,
It's
these are cool cars.
Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
The white walls
You
are
couldn't
turning
find
yellow.
you couldn't find a sedan. Or you
Well, I know, and
just-
I did. I mean, you got to go to Coker, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's a bit. It's an expensive replacement tire.
What are those wheels called?
I don't know. But yeah, I've always kind of liked these cars. So
What engine's in this?
this is they say it's a 430.
413.
Well, so let me see.
Isn't it?
413. I think they say 430.
Might be 430. Okay, I can't remember.
430 MEL.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, which according to Wikipedia was like 315 horse, which is probably more like 240 horse.
Right.
Um,
That was gross.
I mean,
Pearly,
yeah,
have
these
you
were
ever driven
not.
one of these?
Sorry.
Me?
Pearly, have you ever driven one of these?
I think I've ridden them. I've never driven one. They're the problem with these things.
Were you
is-
riding in a motorcade?
Yeah, it was in Dallas.
Oh my God! I was like,
You wanna go there?
someone
Oh,
is going to bring it up.
You want to go there? I try to avoid it. No, they're interesting cars because a lot of things are like really weird about because it's a unibody. You know, it's a giant unibody convertible, and there's like they like hang weights in it to balance things out so it doesn't bend in the middle. It's a very straight, oddly engineered car.
Well, no, is it when they're putting when they put because the whole like trunk opens up backwards, right?
Yeah,
And isn't there some kind of moving weight in there for when it does that so that
Yeah,
it
I don't
doesn't do
remember.
something? There's something really complicated in there. I'm
yeah,
probably
all I know is that these are like one of the most complex cars Ford ever built.
Well,
Incredible.
does it have weights around it as like mass dampers? Because that's what the Benz convertibles did too.
This has mass dampers, but it's just basically to hold the structure together, so it doesn't,
It's not to hold it together. It's just to
Well, it's-
attenuate
it's
the.
the balance-
It's
it's
to
the
attenuate
balance.
the. What's it?
The-
Yeah, it's to attenuate the shake.
Yeah.
yeah.
Shake. It's a
no,
very
Tony, I don't think you understand. If you remove one weight, the whole car falls apart. Just restoring these things is a nightmare.
well. It is. They are a nightmare. They're very weirdly engineered cars. And the top itself is like one guy on Earth who could fix the tops. You know, they're very complex. Sorry,
What happens when he dies? Who inherits his collection?
Then you get his car, Tony. That's what happens. You get his car.
Well, you don't see these with the
Is
top
that-
up
is
too
that-
often, do you?
No.
What's the
No.
point? What's the point of driving around with the top up?
Is that blue
So-
air cleaner? Is that blue cover that? Is that
Yeah.
with the engine? Is that something important?
I
Not
mean,
something
the-
important. Was it blue? Was it like did Lincoln paint it blue themselves?
Ford
Or-
engines were always used to be painted blue.
Yeah.
But But the
And these also didn't these also have didn't they have air springs, or wasn't there something?
it's all
Wasn't
sorts
there something going on with the suspension that made them
Lots of
also
fucking
extra
stuff.
nightmare-y? I don't know.
Yeah.
I know so little about them. I just think they're cool, and I know old
Extra
people like
weight.
them.
The thing is that you know, we tend to only think about the Kennedy car because of what happened in it, but it was such a beautiful, that was the most beautiful presidential limousine of all time. And they painted it a really dark presidential blue, which was really beautiful car, just absolutely utterly gorgeous. And then after the thing was always interesting, is that after Kennedy was shot in it, they took it back and they bolted a roof to it and they kept using it.
Yeah. It's
And
in
they-
the Henry Ford now, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah,
the
it's in Henry Ford.
Museum?
And they painted it black, and they just ruined what was one of the most beautiful cars ever made. And they kept, I just thought that was atrocious. They should have left it the way it was. And
Carlos, have you been to the Henry Ford
Did you tell
Museum?
them that?
Not yet.
yeah, it's a pretty
Anyway.
car. I love
Okay.
these cars.
Thanks.
It's also $10,000 over the price.
What's the turning radius on these? How many football fields do you have to measure it with?
Nobody's lived long enough to find out.
What is the price on this, and how many miles are on it?
Don't worry about. I mean, it's negotiating range. It's
Don't
negotiating
worry
range.
about it, he said.
Oh, my guy. Why don't you show us how
He
close
said
it
he's
is?
over
I
85.
mean, let me see if I can find it. Oh, oops.
I'm gonna see if you can find it.
Oh,
It was
man.
85,000.
Oh.
85.
Casey,
Yeah, it
was that
was
car
85.
restored? Was that car restored?
Yeah, it was. It was. I can re-share if you want me to, but yes, it was. It was restored
No,
a while ago.
that's- I trust you completely.
You need to win our confidence if you're going to get our votes.
So what do you need to know?
How many miles are on it?
40,000.
Original, really?
40.
5-digit odometer.
Where's the car?
Probably. North Carolina.
Are there any underside shots?
There are not.
Because that is getting more and more suspect.
It's very convenient.
What's getting suspect about it? This isn't like an auction site for a Lotus. It's like buy it now for $2,000.
Hey, look, I can't help that I know where the good stuff is on the internet. Don't blame me because I know where the hidden jewels are.
Yeah, let me find that 7.3
Because I go to the
power
nether
stroke.
regions.
7.3 power stroke for 15 hundo.
All right, you guys ready to see the winner?
It was 1,500.
What Buick is it this time, Tony?
Here we go.
Yeah. How many Buicks did you consider for this? That's the over/under. I'm putting the over/under
It's
at
already here.
5.5.
There it is.
at
Lexus
5.5.
LC500.
See, I thought this was going to be a Lexus parade.
Yeah, this is perfect. This is a perfect older gentleman's car who
Oh.
enjoys a sport. Look at that interior.
It's a good car.
This is a great car. Thank you.
If you're an old guy in an anime, this is your car.
This
What?
this car
No way.
sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Got a big naturally aspirated V8.
Oh, look at that awesome touch! Look at that awesome touchpad. Old people are gonna love that.
Look.
Oh yeah.
No way they're keeping that.
You would really drive this, Tony?
Yeah, I love these
You
things.
would?
I think they're beautiful. It's like a concept car
Oh.
for the road.
These cars are rad.
The only problem I have with these cars is that they're hideously
Oh.
ugly.
It's got wheel locks. You have no taste.
Exactly.
Really.
Oh, I'm in the Tasteless Club with Pearly. Then 'cause
The LCs have
These
the
are-
coolest taillights. I don't know if you can find a detail shot, but the top part of the taillight where it has this sort of like tracing, I forget, I don't know how to describe it, but when the amber lights are on, you look at the top part, it's just gorgeous.
If I, you know, the thing is that the alternative to this
the
would be
chrome on this looks like they picked it up off of like Continental offcuts from Casey's car.
What does that
And used
mean?
it for-
That's nonsense.
you know, the thing is that, but my alternative to this would be like a mid-90s SC400.
Yeah,
Which
but that
is-
car is real. I mean, SC400 and mid 90s. Yeah, that's a nice
Yeah.
car. That's a nice
Yeah,
car.
the mid-90s.
Tony just like backed himself in and be like, I agree with you, I guess.
I thought he was saying SC430, which
No,
is
No.
I thought about a mid-90s SC400, which one of my favorite cars of all time. It's like a perfectly restrained design.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
is-
a cool design.
Is this not the modern version of that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And this is
Yeah.
so much
It's
prettier.
just trying to.
No, that was a good looking car. This
And these
isn't.
sound great.
Is the
This is
difference.
a one owner car.
It's just trying too hard.
Now,
I
these
would
things do
love to
sound
inherit
terrific.
So this is the car that somebody old buys just
Accidentally.
before. No, yeah, accidentally. Like, and then they get it home and they're like, "No, it's too low. Like, I can't see out of it. There's this
Getting
horrible
in and out's
touchscreen."
hard.
So you're
And
not.
look-
This
and
isn't.
look at
This isn't going to be an inherited car.
What
Great
do you
car.
mean?
And look
I
at this
just-
front three-quarter. That's total Aston Martin. That's straight up vintage.
Great
silhouette.
design.
This,
It's
this,
beautiful. This is a beautiful car.
this is a car an older guy buys. He parks it and he ends up driving his Honda Pilot every day.
Right.
All right,
So it's going to
let's see
have
the
super
stats. How
low
many miles?
miles.
How many miles on this thing?
19,500.
Wow. Wow.
69,000.
How many owners?
I'm under budget. One owner.
Clear title.
But
Yep.
it's ugly.
It went.
No.
It's also it's at a Mitsubishi dealer, so we turned it in on a Mirage.
It was a 2-for-1. It was a 2-for-1 deal.
How many Mirages?
But the the thing is that this is the type of car. A 10-to-1. This car went to auction right after the guy cacked.
That's actually right, Pearly. The dealer got it from an auction, according to the Carfax. Look,
Yeah.
I got tires for it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best
Why?
part of this listing so far.
Oh,
my God.
brutal.
No,
I can't
no,
believe
it's
you
a
guys
good-
don't like this car.
The car
Really?
drives great. I don't want to make anything. I don't want to just
Yeah.
describe the way it drives. I just never like the way these look.
Really? I think
Yeah.
these are great looking.
No.
I'm with you, Tony.
All
I
right.
think it's too much. I don't. I think it's. No, I think that's a young. I think that's a young person's car.
What?
It's
What young person drives that?
Well, I still consider myself young, so
this is
I don't
you
know.
would drive that?
This,
no,
would
you'd
drive
have to
that?
be a little
You
bit
would
older than
spend-
me.
This is the Lexus. This is the Lexus version of the car that the guy walks into the dealership and goes, "What's the most expensive car you have?" They go, "We have the LC over here," and they just, "I'll take that." On the
Right.
assumption that the
That's
best cars-
perfect. That's what an older, wealthy guy is going to do, and then I'm going to inherit it.
But he also
Oh,
has
yeah.
no taste
Are you going to be?
He also-
You make it
because he wore plaid pants
make it
into
sound-
there with
when you
red
make
gold.
Since we're inheriting this, we should have based this on the tax you would have to pay in the state you're in.
I just want to know is the way Tony makes it sound is he's going to be this older guy's concubine, and that's how he's going to have to inherit it.
Die.
No, Jonathan froze up. Anyway, we've come to the part of the show where we judge each other's picks and then eventually crown a winner. Hopefully, Jonathan will unfreeze soon.
That's a pretty bad freeze.
It's not a good freeze.
It's not a good freeze. Also, we need to do this more often than like once every 4 weeks because
We're rusty.
oh, we are rusty.
Yeah, we are rusty.
All right. Who went first?
I did.
Shirley, you went first. What kind of car did you have?
6.9. Remember that way back when?
Oh yeah, thumbs up. That's a great choice.
Agreed.
And
Jonathan?
Jonathan, I'm not sure if we're gonna get Jonathan back from open mouth Jonathan.
Yeah, wait, you
He
can't see
had
this?
the what? He had the
Thumbs
240.
Oh wait,
Jonathan?
there he goes. They were
Thank
Oh
you.
home.
my God.
Okay, now I get to vote, and this is easy. This is a tap in for me. And that's Jonathan's 250 SL.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Not even close.
All right. Who went next? Jonathan, you went next. W113 SL. Great choice. What are you picking?
I am.
I had the most horsepower and the best looking car.
I was the most over budget, and I know how much you love
Which-
going over budget.
Which, look, Tony, you need the horsepower so you can get out of my sight as quickly as possible.
Oh.
Casey, I would vote for Casey if he were not so far over budget because that was the thing. So that
But in the
leaves
state of
me-
Michigan, I would have to pay nothing because if you inherit a car from a family member, you don't pay tax on it.
I don't think you do it in California either.
And I don't recall reading that in the challenge. I don't recall reading that small print.
No, he
in
just
the
made that
challenge.
up. He just made that up while you were frozen.
Let's take this time to talk to our parents and grandparents about establishing trust.
It's all about estate planning.
So
what are you gonna pick? What's your car? I know you like.
I gotta go with the 6.9.
Oh come on! There, you guys. met
Because
before
I
the
can't
show.
take that Lexus. I mean, I would never drive that anyway. Either Lexus, but I would certainly. There's nothing wrong with Carlos's choice. Nothing wrong with it. It's just and that leaves. Yeah. I wanted to vote for the Continental, but I couldn't because of the rigid rental shop.
It's
rules
because
they
of
have.
your integrity.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. My integrity.
I
You
try.
You picked a
It just got
3-speed
bigger.
automatic. I had a 10-speed automatic.
Oh, who cares?
All right, Carlos. LX. That's a good
LX.
choice. I like that.
Yeah,
and
I like it
Lexus.
too.
I gotta vote
I
for
can't
the
vote
Connie.
against it.
Yeah, the Connie's over budget, but it is just the most pretty car here for sure. And yeah,
Okay, so you
I'd
get the
swallow
vote.
I'd swallow
But
the
this is an
difference.
over budget guy voting for another over budget guy. Can we
Team
allow
over
that?
budget.
He was
Is that-
barely over budget.
Whatever, team Mercedes.
I could- Would you
That's-
prefer I vote for
That's the challenge.
Would you
It's
prefer I
gonna be,
vote
it's
for
gonna
the
be that or the
LC?
Lexus, Jonathan.
I don't know if you, I don't know.
Oh,
Did you hear? Did you guys speaking of
Look.
Mercedes? Did you guys hear that that they're knighting Lewis Hamilton?
No.
Yeah,
he's already been knighted. He's already Sir Lewis Hamilton.
He will be Sir Lewis Hamilton on like Thursday.
What?
He's already Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
He's already.
But yeah,
When was he knighted?
Yes.
he's being knighted
he
this
got-
week. Being knighted this week.
We can look
He's
it up.
already been.
But
he's
is
getting
he like a new
different-
level?
He's
Is he
getting
like-
knighted
Well,
again. They're all
The way it
different
works
kinds of-
is you
Jonathan-
get knighted, and then you get dayed.
Is this,
That's terrible. Jonathan,
Wow.
is this like a pyramid
probably
thing? Like,
wrap
does he need
this
to be
up.
like an? Does he need to be like an L10?
well,
in
well,
the,
you're not considering that Jonathan's in Europe and therefore 6 hours ahead, and Lewis Hamilton has already been knighted. Apparently. All right, KC, Continental, thumbs up. Good choice. You're over budget though. So I'm gonna
Over
give you
budget.
Ooh.
Sideways.
Even though
You know what, Burley?
Thumbs up. Even though
Just
they're
for that.
budget. I just couldn't vote for
Just
it.
for that, just for that, I'm gonna throw a.
Don't be
spike
like
vote.
that. Integrity,
What?
Casey.
What?
Integrity. Integrity. Integrity.
I know. No,
That's the
no,
word
I
you're
know.
looking for.
Integrity. I know, and I'm going with the 6.9 because that was I almost picked that.
Thank
How many
you.
votes do you have, Pearly? Who voted
Two.
for Pearly?
Two.
Jonathan.
No, 3. I know. I've Jonathan's and KC's, and I don't have my own, so I went for the 280.
And then who
You're
has
changing your vote to your own.
No,
So
yeah,
who should who can I vote for to create a tie? Casey and Jonathan.
Jonathan.
I'm gonna
But you-
vote.
I mean,
Well, judge my LC, my incredibly beautiful LC.
Who did Carlos vote for? Who did Carlos vote?
Carlos voted
Voted
for
for
the
the Connie.
Continental.
Right. Okay. Okay.
You were too busy talking about Lewis Hamilton to catch it, though.
Okay. This is your LC.
Come on, Pearly.
LC.
No,
It's the Tundra of supercars.
it is the Tundra Supercars.
Come
That is
on.
not. That is not a
Super
supercar.
car.
Tundra of
It's a
supercars. is an
Tundra
LFA.
of sports scoops. Tundra of sports scoops.
It's the Tundra of old guy.
How about just 2 doors?
I was just, well, like, isn't the Corvette the Tundra of sports coupes?
No, it's not a Toyota.
the Corvette? The Corvette is the Silverado of sports scoops.
Yeah, thank you. That's accurate. All right. Well, yeah. Let's see.
You want to pick the 6.9, don't you? And you just
No,
don't. Want to
I don't like the
Roof?
3-speed automatic.
A pagoda roof? You're really gonna pass that? I mean,
I do like the
8.
113. I'll give it to you, Jonathan. The 113. I love Carlos. I like the LX. I like what he's thinking with the Lexus. But I like, if I had to inherit one of these, I think I'd want to inherit the Pagoda. So I'm with you, Jonathan. So you tie with Pearly.
How can you argue with that? I mean, that's a great car.
All
my
right.
guy.
Now I
Back
gotta
together.
Now I
Love
gotta
it.
find a commercial for the Pagoda, which I don't think
You're not going to find a commercial for the Pagoda.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
that's the end of
Lewis
it.
Hamilton was knighted in 2020. Just to clear that all up.
They announced
He's
he's
knighted
getting
what?
knighted. They just announced he's getting
He
knighted.
was knighted last year.
New Year honors. Lewis Hamilton knighted.
They're different though.
BBC
levels.
30 December 2020.
There you go, Pearly. He was knighted
Yeah.
a year ago. Pearly, do
He's
you know what
already a
year it
star.
is?
What,
Pearly, the year is 2021.
dude? They announced today that now I got to go find this because now that you guys are wrong.
Well, in Spain, it is
Okay.
2022 already.
All right. Well, while Sir Pearly finds Lewis Hamilton's knighting, we will leave you with that. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe and like, and keep sending suggestions, and we'll try to get this done more often.
No,
Wait, I
says
was
here-
too busy. I was too busy fact checking Pearly. Who won?
No, you're
It was
wrong.
a tie. It was
It says-
Jonathan
it
and
says-
Pearly tie.
It says here in the Daily Mail that Hamilton will be knighted this Wednesday, days after controversial losing history-making title race.
All right. Thanks.
Maybe
Pearly.
the ceremony is finally happening, but he was knighted already.
You're not knighted until they throw the sword on your shoulder, dude.
Which
Okay.
happened last. No.
Yeah,
that's
of course. I mean, I forget that you're a member of the royal family of Santa Barbara.
Well, you got to understand, my neighbor's artifact royalty.